Hi there and welcome back to 2 Point Hospital Culture Shock. So today is my last video in this series where we'll be taking a look through the final level of the Culture Shock DLC, Fitzpocket Academy. So we've battled our way through the Plywood Studios and the Mudbury levels and got 3 stars on both of those. So our reward is that we get to go to Fitzpocket. Apparently this level is to celebrate our success in helping to invigorate the health of 2 Point art culture in the last 2 levels. So Zara is throwing a celebration at a glamorous Hollywood mansion through the form of an art exhibition that focuses on healthcare, whilst the party itself will serve as a hospital to the rich and famous. So just your typically medically induced art scene party, I guess? I'm sure we're in for a treat. So Fitzpocket is this rather expansive fancy mansion. So we have the yacht club here, very nice. And there's a pool house up at the top and what looks to be stables over this side. Now, it looks like patients will enter past this Hollywood-esque red carpet where I'm guessing the paparazzi will be hanging out around here. And the mansion itself, I think there's a fair bit of room once we unlock some of these wings, but this is nowhere near as large as, say, Mudbury was in the last level. Now, the intro to this level hinted at the fact that our funding is going to depend on how well we're performing against specific tasks, such as keeping the decor good, treating patients successfully, and keeping the hygiene up. Now, this says to me that this is one of those levels that you don't get paid for treating patients. You have to earn all of your cash through meeting demands that are separate to the objectives for reaching all the various star levels. So yeah, we're just going to have to throw ourselves into this and get on with it. As with every level, I'm going to do a bit of background research up front, just to front a healthy bank balance from the start, and open up some of these rooms from the outset so we can get to the new content a little quicker than normal. Now, this isn't the fun way of doing things, and it's massively cheesy to do this, but it's the quick way to get stuff going. If you want to set yourself up like I do, basically you need to make sure that you're starting with a doctor that has a research skill. Then build a research room as a priority and have your doctor mainline research. And if you need to, just switch between hospitals to speed that process up a little bit. That way you can build up a little bit of cash from the start. And I know it's not for everyone, but for me, it makes the game that little bit more fun because I'm not having to worry so much about negative cash flow right at the start. Anyway, I'm going to set the hospital up with my typical starting layout and we'll jump back when that's ready. Okay, so I've been hitting the research pretty hard and I've managed to get myself a good starting setup. I've unlocked a couple of the mansion rooms and I'm spreading out a bit more than I normally would. With this level, we're going to have to decorate the mansion as an art show in relation to healthcare, so we're going to need a lot of space for that. So here we go. Zara's guest. Zara has invited one of her famous friends to the hospital. We're not sure who it is, but they're on their way. If they're impressed with the hospital, it could be good for our reputation. So, challenge, impress the VIP with a nice hospital. Rewards, cash and rep. Right, so this is meant to be an art show, and I haven't got any of that in the hospital so far. Now, I pride myself on being a bit over the top, yeah, a little bit over the top in my design skills, and that's kind of what my YouTube channel is all about. So I'm gonna go all out with this one. I am gonna give them the best darn art show they've ever seen. I mean, I've got a bit of cash saved up here, so I'm just going to spruce this up for a minute. Right, so I really hope they like the art exhibition so far. For the entrance, I like to call this piece The Passage, and it's a quiet reflection on the passage of time. The gnomes are there for moral support. Through the other entrance, we have the Valley of the Cones, standing silently and proud in the entryway there. Along the first corridor, we have the Hitchcock Passage, where these chirpy fellows will keep your patients company as they wait for their results. And through the diagnosis wing, we have the Shark Attack. This is an artistic reminder to our patients that things could be much, much worse. So hopefully our VIP guest finds our hospital amenable and the art to a satisfactory standard at this stage. So apparently we're also getting an art review from Zara herself. So I'm particularly glad we spent all our time and money on the sharks. I'm sure she'll love what we've done with the place. So I've found our VIP guest, and it's Snooty McSnootyface over here. Now, she's apparently visiting the staff room, which of course is in the undecorated section of the hospital. Maybe I can just say the absence of art here is art in itself. Maybe she'll fall for that. And now Zara's arrived for her review, by helicopter no less. Right, let's see what she thinks of the passage. Not even stopping to contemplate how life is ultimately short and meaningless. Wait, oh of course, like a true art critic, she's no real interest until she's waxing lyrical about it to someone else. Yeah, she knows Zara. She sits next to her every day. You don't need to explain how it signifies universality of biological makeup and the precarious fragility of life itself. She knows. Looks like she's liking the birds piece too. I bet she's thinking how this represents the folly of healing. The birds are in continuous motion, but ultimately can't fly away. We can heal people here, but they're still ultimately gonna die sometime. I feel you, Zara. And how do you feel about Shark Attack? And it's kitsch just enough to get a thumbs up from Zara. I think we're in a good place here. Hang on. Did that woman just take a photograph from her pocket? She's paparazzi. Oh, I found one. I think we're meant to kick these people out. Yes, filthy paparazzi, posing as a patient. Get out of here, you chancer. Publicity update. Zara's snooty friend enjoyed her visit. So that's a nice cash boost for me and some extra reputation. Nice. New illness discovered, foxtrodden. Infinitesimally small bruising, inside and out, has given the body a raging glow but left it unfortunately close to bursting. Sufferer must undergo surgery to repair the body's structural integrity and avoid going pop. Treatment in the surgery. Oh, I wonder what these guys look like then. Oh, it doesn't seem to have changed her outward appearance at all. Oh well. Here we go, art review. Zara has sent us some thoughts and feelings following her recent visit to the hospital. Wouldn't have expected any less from you, Zara, darling. Exactly what I had hoped to find. The taste of my visit lingers sweetly in the mouth like an old fond friend. Ugh. Exactly what I expected you to say, Zara. You're so predictable. Anyway, that's a bit more cash and rep for the kitty there. So cool beans. I've spotted a patient displaying a new illness. This one looks like one of those plastic toy soldiers. So very green, very plastic, very soldiery. Keep an eye on this one, see what we need to treat this. Here we go. Our doctors have discovered a new illness, private parts. The body has been invaded by a hostile part polymer parasite. Sufferers exhibit monochromatic green exterior and extremely limited flexibility, so they've been made plastic. We'll need a war room to treat them. Oh, so this is a new treatment room. That'll be the last new treatment room for this DLC then. Best get researching that then. Okay, so the war room is set up and we have our first patient here. Just having a breathe in the lung capacitor there. And here's the doctor, so let's see how this treatment goes. So into the melt and mould, and looks like the magnification glasses will be melting them down. Yeah, there we go. Very bright. Looks like that's all of him melted away. And I think I can see what comes next. It's going to get injected into that mould there. Yeah, there we go. So I wonder if they're going to come out and that'll be the treatment, or are they going to come out green and have to be cracked open or something? Here we go, we'll find out now. Oh, treatment failed. So that is the end of the treatment, but this one clearly didn't work. You know, you say it didn't work, but he looks human to me now, looking like everybody else. So I don't know what didn't work about that. You got rid of the green. We're going to have to get that doctor some training. Sorry, dude. Better look next time. Cool, so we've made it to 1 star. What does that get us? Usual cash bonus and kudos. And a private parts poster. Alright, I need to get my mind out the gutter there. Anyway, so what does this mean we need for the 2 stars? Impress 5 VIPs. Well, they all seem to be pretty impressed up to now. Hospital attractiveness of 80%. Well, I guess it's not quite hipster enough in here then, is it? Need to work on that. Cure 12 patients with private parts. Well, that should be easy. And a cure rate of 85%. That shouldn't be too difficult. So just ramp up the decoration then, I suppose. Time for a few more art installations. New illness discovered. Culture shock. Ooh, that's the name of the thing we're playing. Sufferers display the outward signs of extreme shock all the time, commonly contracted from haunted paint, but may also manifest spontaneously in art galleries after looking at the price of that piece they liked that was only in a print. Well, that definitely makes sense here. There's bound to be some culture shock here with the cutting edge extreme art we have in this place. Treatment in psychiatry. Cool. So I found the patient that's coming with culture shock, and well, that's freaking terrifying. That's a great Halloween costume if there ever was one. I mean, look at it. That's horrifying. That's really going to freak me out seeing loads of these wandering down the hallways. New illness, canna pains. Sufferers experience little morsels of intestinal discomfort caused by dodgy finger food and poorly washed silverware. Whoops. Oh, I know exactly what's causing this. It might have something to do with the new interactive art exhibition I've installed. So this is the dog's box, where you can feel super guilty about consuming these little sausages made with real dogs, which is just the persuasion needed for making donations to the Dogs Trust. The carnivorous plants represent how we are what we eat. Well, in this case, we eat what we love. This is all fine, and those that do manage to get sick from eating the dodgy dogs, that's fine because they get to enjoy the brand new installation outside of the surgery room. Here they can sit back and relax pre-surgery with the comfort of knowing exactly what's going to happen to them. And they can do this over the reassuring, watchful eye of our crocs and the ever-present gnomes. I'm sure everyone will absolutely love this installation. So I've managed to bump up the attractiveness, probably with the latest installation, which is a sort of new terracotta army. Just this time, it's a gnome army, and they're ready for the uprising. All hail the glorious gnomes. I also unlocked this psychedelic picture called Fitzpocket print. Now, I reckon that's probably what's given us a reward, either for getting 2 or 3 stars in this level. So maybe I should have waited and not spent kudos on this. But the latest art reviews, Fitzpocket hasn't really been having a good time. I guess once you've seen The Passage and Hitchcock for the first time, maybe it loses its appeal. So I figure if she sees a lot of her own creations on the wall, I reckon she's the kind of person with an ego that loves to see her own work on the walls. We'll see what her opinion is at the next review. So I've spotted a new patient displaying another new illness. This looks straight out of a Monopoly board, so it's got to be something to do with hoarding money. That's how every game of Monopoly I've ever played has gone down. I'll keep an eye on this fellow and see where he goes. So, new illness discovered, monopolies. So I was right, it is a Monopoly thing. Sufferers are dangerously concerned with their perceived wealth. They will spend every penny they can on race cars, top hats and thimbles in an attempt to seem absolutely loaded. To avoid bankruptcy, they need to be injected with something sappy that'll convince them that lying is for bad guys and true wealth comes from within. Yeah, sure it does. You tell yourself that. Anyway, I think that's likely all new illnesses with the DLC discovered. We'll see. And we made it. 2 stars. That was quite a challenge. We weren't getting a lot of the private parts patients in, so just had to wait it out really. So that's a cash bonus and some kudos, and ooh, a toy chest. Wonder if I can make an art installation with that. So what have we got to do now for the coveted 3 stars? Impress 10 VIPs, that's basically a waiting game. Expose 25 paparazzi. Well, I have been ignoring them for a while, so there's probably 20 odd in the hospital right now. And a cure rate of 90%. Now that's going to be a tough one. It was a struggle getting to the 85, to be honest. It's a time game that, just slowly training up staff as and when you can. And well, now it's the final push, ladies and gents, to the 3 stars. So that's everything complete now. just waiting for that cure rate to nudge up. It's hit 90% a few times while the other tasks were completing, so I know it could happen at any point. And there you go, 3 stars for Fitzpocket Academy. So all that work, and what do we get? 30,000 bonus cash and a bit more kudos. Ooh, and a special item. We've unlocked a jewel display, which I'm sure that's going to be very delightful. Well, there you go then. Our time in 2 Point County has come to an end for now. That's everything that we get with the DLC, and hopefully this shows you a little of what it takes to reach those 3 stars. I really hope you've enjoyed this little series, and do let me know if you want more of these types of games on the channel. This is kind of a new one for me, and it's been really fun to run through the campaign. Anyway, without rambling on forever, that's me done for today. So thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.